Hi, I'm Kenneth Wajda. I'm a professional photographer here in Colorado. Welcome to another one of my photography talks. So today I want to talk about one of the most useful and most favorite lenses of all the lenses I have. And you can buy them for probably $200 or $300 if you're using Nikon anyway. It's my Nikon 50 1.2. That lens is so tack sharp at f2. It's not tack sharp at f1.2, but it's really tack sharp at f2. And then it's handy if you want to have a soft glow of a photograph, a portrait, at 1.2. But I use that so often, like stop down for like outdoor shots and for street. When I was a working photojournalist, I didn't even have a 50. I never liked the 50 field of view. I liked 35s and 24s, and I liked 85s, and I liked 180s, and I liked those variables. But I didn't like a 50 that much. But now I carry that 50 1.2 a lot on that Nikon D610 when I'm not carrying the 20. In fact, I use that on the F100, a film camera that's just like the D610. And both of those, I like that 50 1.2 because it has such a beautiful rendering of incredible sharpness and then such great fall off on shallow depth of field for portraits. And I'm not the biggest fan of shallow depth of field at all costs. It's the only reason you use a lens that's a 1.2. I like using it at f5.6 outside. I like using and getting more. That photograph, if you remember, I'll put a link to it, of Vegas and those folks on a Sunday morning, person in a wheelchair, a couple people standing around, somebody smoking. That was shot not stop down. That's about getting detail. I want detail in that shot. But that 1.2 has such a rendering and such a feeling to it. That's the best lens I can suggest if you want to carry one lens that will make you friends. Because you can photograph somebody with that. Say, hey, can I get a quick picture of you? Hey, that's your brother in visiting? Oh, this is a true story. A friend's brother was visiting. Oh, can I get a picture of the two of you together? Photograph with that. Put it in a little frame the next time I see him. Everybody loves that. They love the way they look. They love the quality, the feeling. I often turn those black and white. And right away, they're like, I just love the way I look on that. And it's not really a portrait lens. It's really a little wider than most people would say a portrait lens is. But it's not unflattering, and it's light. It's something I can carry, and it's very easy to keep with me, and I don't even think about carrying that camera. And yet it's big enough to feel like a camera. And if you're using a manual focus, this is an AIS version of the 50 1.2 Nikkor. If you're using autofocus, it'll actually give you autofocus confirmation in the viewfinder. So sometimes you're not 100% sure if the eyes are tack sharp. You can use that focus confirmation and then chimp a little bit to double check. But that's one of the lenses that I would say, boy, if there were one lens that I wouldn't want to be without, that would be one of them. That lens is so versatile. And you can certainly do it with a 50 1.4. You can do it with an autofocus lens. There's something about that manual focus lens for me where I have complete control over that with that Nikon body, either the film or the digital, that just feels like I have this incredible tool that can do so much. And I can miss focus at times. There are things that get missed sometimes if I'm shooting at f2. You've got to be right on with it, but when it's on, it is so right on. And maybe there's variances in different lenses, and maybe I have a great one, but it's one of those lenses that I really, really value. And is anybody shooting with one of those? Do you have one? Maybe because it's 1.2, it's extra bright to look through the viewfinder, so it lets a lot of light in, so it makes it easier to focus. Maybe because you're focusing at 1.2, you can see the focus pop in a little quicker. There's something about it, it's special. And then, like I said, at the time when you need a 1.2, you have the fast speed too. But I really, really enjoy having that lens as there's a lot of lenses I use. And I just did a portrait series for the Wise Photo Project, and the whole thing I shot with an old 35 to 70 2.8 Nikkor D lens. It's an autofocus D lens. It's not even a late model one. It's perfectly good, perfectly sharp. Always been rated high. That I paid only probably $300 or $400 for. And that's a great lens for that because I'm doing groups of people. I'm doing doubles. I'm doing singles. The 70 is good for the singles. The 50 or the 35 is good for the doubles or 2 people or 3 people. But the 50, if I had to carry one camera and one lens, and I do this a lot, if I don't go out that 20, that's what's on that body, because that's a great, great walk-around lens. It's what I shot all of Vegas with. because it was an easy camera to like not have to wait till you're right in front of people and on top of them to get them and to document what was going on. And so that's my 51.2 story. All right, that's today's photography talk. I hope you're enjoying these, and get out shooting, make some pictures. If you're enjoying these, hit the subscribe button. If you can support, hit the Patreon. And thanks so much for watching. I'll bring you more photography talks. Here's the good light.